Sometimes a few simple words can express more emotion than a long speech. That is exactly what happened when Sarah Michelle Gellar shared her heartfelt message after the passing of Anthony Head. Fans from around the world stopped to read her tribute, and many admitted that it brought back memories of one of television's most loved friendships. For years, viewers watched Buffy Summers and Rupert Giles face danger together, but behind those famous characters was a real friendship built through trust, respect, and years of working side by side. Instead of writing a long message, Sarah chose words that connected both the fictional world of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the real sadness she was feeling. She quoted a memorable line from the series before adding that she did not have everything figured out and that she was not okay. Those honest words touched millions because they sounded personal and sincere. Fans quickly shared the message across social media, remembering the scenes that made Buffy and Giles such an unforgettable team. Many people realized that this was not only a goodbye from one actress to another actor but also a farewell from a close friend who had spent years creating something special. The tribute reminded everyone that the strongest connections are often built quietly over time. While audiences knew Anthony Head as the wise mentor who always had an answer, Sarah Michelle Gellar knew the man behind the character. Her message became a symbol of love, gratitude, and loss, showing that even after many years, the friendships created during the making of a beloved series can remain just as strong as they were when the cameras first started rolling. News of Anthony Head's passing spread quickly and left fans shocked across many countries. The actor had remained active in television, public events, and fan gatherings, so many people never imagined they would hear such heartbreaking news. According to reports, he passed away peacefully at his home while surrounded by his family, bringing comfort to those closest to him during his final moments. His daughters, Emily Head and Daisy Head, shared the difficult news with dignity and thanked everyone for the kindness and support shown to their family. Soon after the announcement, actors, directors, writers, and longtime friends began sharing stories that painted a picture of a man respected not only for his talent but also for his kindness. Instead of talking only about awards or famous roles, many remembered his calm smile, gentle humor, and willingness to help younger performers feel comfortable on set. Fans also shared old interviews, convention videos, and photographs that showed his warm personality. For many people, Anthony Head represented more than a television actor. He was a familiar face who had appeared in their favorite shows for decades, and whose voice and presence brought comfort to every role he played. His passing reminded audiences how deeply actors can become part of people's lives through the characters they create. As messages continued to appear online, it became clear that his influence reached far beyond the screen. The sadness was shared by different generations, from people who watched Buffy in the late 1990s to younger viewers who discovered his work years later through streaming platforms and newer television series. The emotional reaction to Anthony Head's passing was closely connected to the unforgettable role that made him famous around the world. As Rupert Giles in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, he played a mentor who guided Buffy through dangerous battles and difficult choices. Giles was intelligent, patient, and brave, but he was also caring and protective, making him feel like family rather than simply a teacher. His relationship with Buffy became one of the strongest parts of the series because it was built on trust instead of perfection. They argued, made mistakes, and faced impossible situations together, yet they always found their way back to supporting each other. Anthony Head brought warmth and honesty to every scene, making viewers believe that Giles truly cared about Buffy and everyone around him. Sarah Michelle Gellar often spoke with admiration about working beside him, describing him as someone who always listened and encouraged those around him. Cast members remembered that he created a positive atmosphere on set and helped younger actors feel confident during long filming days. Because of this, fans never separated the actor from the kindness of the character he played. When Sarah Michelle Gellar posted her tribute, many people immediately thought about the bond between Buffy and Giles and realized that it reflected a genuine friendship behind the scenes. That understanding made her message even more emotional. It showed that the love audiences saw on television was supported by years of mutual respect, making the loss feel personal not only to the cast but also to millions of fans who had grown up watching their journey. Long before becoming Rupert Giles, Anthony Head spent years building a successful career through hard work and determination. He appeared in theatre productions, television dramas, and advertisements, slowly earning recognition for his natural acting style and distinctive voice. One of his earliest breakthroughs came through a famous coffee commercial campaign in the United Kingdom that became so popular people waited eagerly for each new installment. The advertisements told an ongoing story and turned Anthony into a familiar face across the country. Instead of using that success as his final achievement, he continued exploring different roles and improving his craft. His ability to move between comedy, drama, fantasy, and stage performances showed his versatility as an actor. When Buffy the Vampire Slayer arrived, he brought years of experience to the role and helped create a character who felt believable and timeless. Even after Buffy ended, Anthony continued working in successful productions such as Merlin, where he played King Uther Pendragon, and later introduced himself to a new generation of viewers through Ted Lasso. Whether he appeared in a leading role or a supporting role, audiences remembered his calm presence and commanding voice. His career lasted for decades because he focused on meaningful performances instead of chasing popularity. Colleagues admired his professionalism, while fans appreciated that every character felt genuine. Looking back at his work, it becomes clear that his success was never based on a single television series but on a lifetime of dedication to storytelling and a willingness to bring honesty and depth to every performance. Away from bright lights and television cameras, Anthony Head valued a quiet family life built on love and loyalty. He shared more than 40 years with his longtime partner, Sarah Fisher, creating a relationship that many admired for its strength and stability. Although they never had a traditional wedding, they chose a life together based on mutual respect and understanding, proving that commitment is measured by actions rather than ceremonies. Friends often describe them as supportive partners who balanced busy careers with family responsibilities. Together they raised 2 daughters, Emily and Daisy, who later followed their father into acting. Anthony always spoke proudly about their achievements and encouraged them to build careers through their own talent and hard work. Family remained one of the most important parts of his life, even during the demanding years of filming Buffy in the United States while his loved ones stayed in England. He openly admitted that being away from home was one of the hardest challenges he faced, and that he often missed simple moments with his family. Beyond acting, he enjoyed spending time surrounded by nature and animals, supporting rescue efforts and community activities. Those who visited his home remembered a peaceful place filled with kindness rather than celebrity glamour. This private side of Anthony Head helped explain why so many people describe him as humble despite his success. His greatest achievements were not only the characters he played but also the relationships he built with the people who mattered most. Sarah Michelle Gellar's tribute gained even greater meaning because it reflected years of shared experiences rather than a simple professional connection. During 7 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the cast spent countless hours rehearsing, filming, traveling, and promoting the series together. Those years created friendships that continued long after the final episode aired. Anthony Head was often described as someone who offered advice without judgment and encouragement without expecting recognition. Younger actors appreciated his patience, while experienced performers respected his dedication and positive attitude. Sarah's message captured that spirit perfectly. Instead of focusing on awards or famous scenes, she spoke from the heart about someone who had influenced her life in a meaningful way. Fans responded because the words felt honest rather than carefully planned. Thousands shared their favorite Giles moments, posted photographs from conventions, and remembered interviews where Anthony's humor and kindness made everyone smile. Other cast members also expressed their sadness, adding stories that revealed how deeply he cared for the people around him. Together, these tributes created a picture of a man whose greatest legacy was the impact he had on others. The response showed that audiences appreciate authenticity and that simple words spoken with real emotion often carry more power than long speeches. Sarah Michelle Gellar's farewell became a reminder that friendships built through years of trust continue long after a television series ends, and that memories created together remain alive in the hearts of everyone who shared them. Anthony Head's influence reached far beyond the characters he played because he represented qualities that people admired in everyday life. He showed that strength could exist alongside kindness and that wisdom did not require arrogance. Whether playing a magical watcher, a powerful king, or a complicated modern character, he always brought humanity to the screen. Fans often said they felt comforted by his voice and reassured by the calm confidence he gave to every role. New viewers discovering Buffy today continue to connect with Rupert Giles because the character feels timeless, offering guidance, patience, and unconditional support. That lasting appeal is a reflection of Anthony's talent and personality. His career also inspired many young actors who saw that success could be achieved through consistency, professionalism, and respect for others. Instead of seeking constant attention, he focused on meaningful work and genuine relationships. Stories shared after his passing describe small acts of generosity that never appeared in headlines but left lasting memories for the people involved. These personal moments helped explain why so many colleagues spoke with such affection and gratitude. His legacy cannot be measured only by television ratings or awards because it lives through the people he encouraged, the audiences he entertained, and the families who gathered together to watch his performances. Every role he accepted became another opportunity to connect with viewers through honesty, warmth, and quiet strength, qualities that remain just as meaningful today as they were at the beginning of his remarkable career. As fans continue revisiting Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Anthony Head's many other performances, Sarah Michelle Gellar's touching message remains one of the most memorable responses to his passing. It reminds us that behind every famous television show are real people who laugh together, face challenges together, and create lifelong friendships through shared experiences. Anthony Head leaves behind an extraordinary body of work, a loving family, devoted friends, and millions of grateful fans who will continue celebrating his life for years to come. His performances introduced audiences to unforgettable characters, but his kindness left an even deeper impression on those fortunate enough to know him personally. Sarah's words reflected both sadness and gratitude, capturing the feeling of losing someone who had become part of her journey and part of television history. For longtime Buffy fans, the tribute felt like saying goodbye to Giles and Anthony at the same time, making the moment especially emotional. Yet the story is not only about loss. It is also about friendship, respect, family, and the lasting influence one person can have through compassion and dedication. Every time someone watches an old Buffy episode, remembers a favorite scene from Merlin, or smiles at one of Anthony Head's performances, his legacy continues. His work, his generosity, and the relationships he built will ensure that he is remembered not only as a talented actor but also as a remarkable human being whose quiet strength and warm heart touched people across the world. If you want this type of content, then subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.